Coming up on your news at 5, a family has been displaced after a devastating fire burned their home down late last night. We have the details. And shots were fired at a condo in northeast Anchorage. We have the latest.
And thunderstorms are firing up again across much of the state. I'll break down these showers and let you know where rain is likely again tomorrow.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Welcome to your news at 5. We begin this evening with a fire that has left a family without a home. According to the Anchorage Fire Department, shortly after 10:13 p.m., volunteer firefighters at Chugiak's Volunteer Fire and Rescue responded to a 911 call reporting a garage fire on Savage Drive. According to the department, the family wasn't aware their home had caught fire until they heard loud cracks and pops. Neighbors in the area reported hearing what sounded like gunfire, but were bursts of explosions coming from the home. AFD says the firefighters struggled with the lack of water so high up the mountain. The fire had been put out around 4 Sunday morning.
I open the door and I say, "Hey, can I help you?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm with the Anchorage Police Department." And I'm like, "Okay, what can I do for you?" And he just kind of gestures over towards the window and he goes, "Yeah, you have bullet holes in your window and in your TV."
An Anchorage condo owner woke to bullet holes through his window in the front of his home, now waiting out Memorial Day weekend to figure out insurance matters and repair damage from the gunshots. Jack Giglione tells us he was working late Thursday night after returning home around midnight. He went to bed around 2 or 3 in the morning. He said he heard what sounded like gunshots outside, but said it's a common enough occurrence he didn't think he should worry. He had no idea what happened until an Anchorage police officer knocked on his front door and pointed out the damage. According to the Parkview Condo Owners Association and Anchorage Police, a report has been filed. APD tells us they're currently conducting an investigation in relation to misconduct involving a weapon. They tell us they're unavailable to provide more details on the situation as far as suspects or other charges that might be involved. We'll continue keeping you updated here on Alaska's News Source. And turning to weather, rain and showers and thunderstorms are on repeat today. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry for a look ahead at what we can expect for Memorial Day.
Yeah, we saw really active lightning yesterday, more than 150 strikes in the state. Those showers lingering overnight, even into this morning. And looking at the radar, you can see just how active it is again this afternoon. Most of the activity is just north of the Alaska Range. And you can see how that line of lightning really just follows the crest of those higher elevations there as you head along the Alaska Range from east to west, although also seeing those thunderstorms firing up here across south central through the Talkeetna Mountains and the Cop River Basin. We're now seeing more than 350 strikes today. Those will continue into this evening. Again, not as much lightning today in south central compared to what we saw last night, but still a lot out there, especially again as you head up closer to Hatcher Pass. Those storms are now drifting to southwest. That's going to mean the rain is going to clear across Anchorage Bowl as we head into this evening. Drier conditions for us here tonight. You can see that sunshine already peeking out in Talkeetna at 59 degrees there. What a contrast to just the south where we still have those cloud cover and temperatures sitting in the upper 40s, mid 50s in Anchorage, mid 50s also as you head down south into Homer. So overnight tonight, I do expect these clouds to break up a little bit further. Still seeing that chance for a few showers out there, but we'll see some clearing as we head into the overnight hours. And tomorrow we will see some sun breaks, but once again, we'll see those chances for showers, especially as we head into the second half of the day. So be prepared for the rain. Again, scattered showers in the afternoon in Anchorage. High temperatures a little warmer than today. Thunderstorms will continue across the interior, nearly 70 tomorrow in Fairbanks and Juneau, back into those low to mid 50s with scattered showers continuing for you as well. And I'll have a look ahead to the next week, that 7-day forecast here in a few minutes.
Thank you so much. I look forward to that. And tomorrow, as we just mentioned, is Memorial Day. We are joined by Justin Mills of the American Legion Jack Penry Post 1. He is here to tell us about the holiday. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
Yes, tomorrow, besides just being a fantastic chance for everybody to spend time outside, it's also that chance to remember those that fall or fell. So as a veteran, it's a very somber period of time, but really a great time to reflect back on those that we have lost that made this country as great as it has.
Thank you so much. How can you participate in Memorial Day? What can you do to remember?
Yes, so this has been really a weekend of remembrance. It started yesterday. We were at the Anchorage Cemetery, and we're in partnership with New Vision and 100+ volunteers, clean a lot of veterans' graves. And then tomorrow at our Legion post on Arctic and Fireweed, we do have a barbecue, which we'll be able to celebrate and remember those that we've lost, but also just enjoy the beautiful weather and spend time together.
Got it. Thank you so much. How will you be spending your Memorial Day? Excuse me. Will you be going to that barbecue?
I think I got you going with the M's, but yes. So we started the park strip with the city's ceremony, and then I will be going to our post, and ceremony will start at 12:30, where we'll have a barbecue running to approximately 3.
Okay. And can you tell us how Memorial Day has changed throughout the years?
Yes. So I think the biggest thing that I've recognized as a veteran is how do we make sure that we're remembering what the concept or the premise of Memorial Day is. And not only is it a great time to spend outside and barbecue, but it's also that opportunity to spend time thinking about those that we lost. And so myself personally, that's really kind of specifically as I've separated from the service, really been able to reflect back on and think about it in that sense.
Got it. Thank you so much, and thank you for your service. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
On Monday, tomorrow, we'll air Memorial Day Reflections. They look back on previous Memorial Days, and we talk with Alaskans who have a deep connection to the day. You can watch Memorial Day Reflections at 5 p.m. in South Central, 6 p.m. in the interior, and in place of the late edition tomorrow night. And still to come on the news at 5, the GOP spending bill backed by President Trump passed the House last week. We have what comes next for the piece of legislation.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
The Republican-led House passed a major piece of President Trump's agenda on Thursday, but it now faces more hurdles in the Senate. The legislation that the president has dubbed the Big Beautiful Bill would provide trillions of dollars in tax cuts while slashing federal support for programs like food stamps and Medicaid. Jen Sullivan breaks down what's in the bill and the challenges it faces in the Republican-led Senate.
The Republican-led House narrowly passing a spending bill Thursday. The ambitious legislation could be modified by the Senate. President Donald Trump calling it the Big Beautiful Bill, which focuses on slashing taxes and federal spending.
We're cutting over $1.5 trillion in federal spending.
One potential problem, increased debt. The Congressional Budget Office says the legislation would add another $3.8 trillion to the already huge U.S. debt. Fiscally conservative Republicans in the Senate aren't happy about that, and Democrats argue tax cuts would go largely to the rich.
The GOP tax scam represents an assault on the economy.
The bill passed by the House would mean deep cuts to programs like SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which provides food stamps for roughly 42 million Americans. The Congressional Budget Office's recent analysis of the bill found it would strip roughly 3.2 million people of their food stamp benefits in an average month over the next decade. Some Republicans think it doesn't slash spending enough and want to see further cuts.
The first goal of our budget reconciliation process should be to reduce the deficit.
While Democrats worry these cuts will only hurt already struggling Americans.
Democrats should be figuring out not just how to stop these cuts, but to give the American people a vision for what a modern healthcare system that looks like the rest of the industrialized world would look like for the American people.
President Trump has said he would like the legislation to clear the Senate by July 4th, but that may be optimistic. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.